history of.
So I say Mukromo Machi or Parliament you. Yeah, no, the same if you about them, pay capital, no more matter.
Yeah, let's see a few of them here. They walked out a couple of times over levy. This 11 who come work out about 3 times. Approval of ministerial nominees and also work out anti-LGBTQ, some work out. And betting tax, we will work out. In the 7th parliament, some work out about 6 times. First one was about the approval of EC appointees. And I'm working out first one. Second one also was banking sector cleanup. No? They worked out. Third one was around Otiko Jaba. So the 7th parliament worked out about 6 times. But the 8th parliament has been more than 10 times. The 6th parliament had 4. They recorded 4. Controversies over the American power deal, petroleum revenue, all those ones sparked walkouts in parliament. These are basically statistics that you put out comparing this 8th parliament to the other parliaments about Besenkono in terms of a Jumo Moye.
Right. There were videos of some of the things that come once in the walkouts. How even if a parliament ready to BBS speak up and free but the can ABC Parliament we need assistant leadership from the NDC, from the MPP side, the assistant leadership. In fact, from the NDC side, now say the Debbie Yabem. Miss Ramon, some of my kind of make a bit. Yeah, I'm piggy. Say, I said, as you, oh, my trade, your mocha, and the other saw my no one and I'm home, but I'm home and I'm saying for her cat. I'm on the other into the air, I know, Messina. The question say we know about the economy. Let an economist come and lead. But I've told you, say in the next parliament, leadership no for NDC, most of them will be changed in the next parliament. I'm telling you for a fact that most will be changed. They would have new leadership in parliament.
Now, appointment.
Appointment. If you are a president, a constituency. So what I will say, if you don't get it, forget about it. You know, baby, you got some judge on a year cathedral here in 58. I don't know she mean for you. They call children's a hospital.
On this side are not against the building of a cathedral. However, Mr. Speaker, because we are Christians, we are not playing to the gallery. We are following the dictates of the Bible. And this is what the Bible we believe in says to us. In Luke 14:28-30. Is there anyone here planning to build a new house, in this case a cathedral, who doesn't first sit down to figure the cost so you know if you can complete it? If you only get the foundation laid, and Mr. Speaker, the Bible is so telling. The Bible knew Ghana will have a president called Akufo-Addo. This is what he says. If you only get the foundation laid and then run out of money, you are going to look pretty foolish. Everyone passing by will poke fun at you. He started something he couldn't finish. This is the word of the Lord. Don't you look foolish because you have only laid a foundation and run out of money. Mr. Speaker, this is not some church, this is the Bible. You don't go to church.
You are minded to, Speaker, focus on the debate. I don't want focus. Speaker, I'm guided. I've always been focused, Mr. Speaker, but the impression must not be created that the bill was watered down. Mr. Speaker, what the other debaters on this matter fail to address is the issue that it is not mainly about the sexual lifestyles of a man and a woman, or a man and a man and a woman and a woman. Mr. Speaker, as sponsors of the bill, Mr. Speaker, that's a harsh kind of
your statement is rightly placed on our rules. Mr. Speaker, where we disagree with you is your conclusion. Mr. Speaker, I want to make reference.
What did you say? Where we disagree?
Where I disagree with you is your conclusion. Mr. Speaker, and I make reference to our standing order 76. And with your permission, I read. 76.1. Every application to Parliament shall, and I think the word there is shall, be in the form of a petition. And every petition must be presented by a member of Parliament, who shall be responsible for the observance of the rules contained in Appendix A. Mr. Speaker, I heard you said, you yourself alluded to the fact that members of Parliament could raise matter that will refer to privileges, and civil society will equally do same. Mr. Speaker, with the greatest of respect to your office, I disagree with you vehemently when you, Mr. Speaker, want to do that yourself. Because there has to be a member of Parliament who has to do that according to our rules.
Honorable member, read the standing order again.
Mr. Speaker, I will be grateful to listen.
Read the standing order again.
Mr. Speaker, it will be good to listen to me. When I'm done, you have the privilege to make your
I'm not the chief whip.
You have to first
read the standing orders again.
Mr. Speaker, I have read what I want to read, and I've stopped where I want to stop.
Honorable member,
you listen to me, and when you hear me,
will you resume your
seat? And repeatedly heard Honorable Mutala refer to me as a practitioner of LGBT to the hearing of everyone in this house. I sat here and repeatedly heard him.
Honorable Minister,
at the top of his voice, and referred to me as a practitioner of LGBT. And every single last one of you is behaving as if you didn't hear it. And if in response to that I say he is mad, it is only a madman who will refer to his colleague in this house as a practitioner of LGBTQ. When you haven't seen me having sexual intercourse with your wife or your daughter or your mother.
Honorable Minister,
when you haven't caught me having sexual intercourse with your wife or your daughter or your mother.
Honorable Minister,
and refer to me in those terms. In those terms.
Honorable Minister,
and we call ourselves honorable members of
the... You see? When you refer to me as your you know, or no answer, Naja, or Coquatina, I can't do answer, and I know. Or tell an answer, or Sara Cotina Naconia Swania, the idea, the one sent by baby, and Colizada, baby Nicolazada. I can't do Nicolazada. Oh, Nicolazada. What's not an answer, wo Cubre, Ushebre, Pam. Sissy, oh, Crassifia, Sissifia with leg fear. Name of the Mawadre. Now, what's the answer to so the tree prano? Oh, yes, oh, someone see. Any idea about the Uncle Kwame Amoho? About back into the studio and a Farouk El Wahab, and anything come Kwame Asante, Ewa Homaso Kwame. Ma dubium. Kwame.
Ya sɛdeɛ na mo guso a mo bobɔ ene no ɛde ɛkyerɛ wɔ mo a ɛhwɛ yɛn ɛwɔ onua TV so no na ɛyɛ emrahye bedwafie ɛno no ansana wɔnom ɛde emrahye bedwafie deɛ ɛtɔ so ɛnwɔtwe nyina ɛbɛba na wieyɛ no na sɛdeɛ wɔn amra no ɛteɛ ɛwɔ efie ha no na ɛwɔ sɛ ɛdɔm dodoɔ no ba no deni ɛde ne nsɛm ɛtudwa na ɛwɔ sɛ dɔm kuma no nso so no fa no wɔn nso ɛde wɔn nsɛm etwa toɔ ɛtudwa ansakora na wɔn atumi ɛde emrahye bedwafie ɛtɔ so nwɔtwe no ɛde abana wieyɛ saa nso ɛna akyamehene a ɔyɛwɔ emrahye bedwafie ha sɛ owura bagmen ɔno nso so no ɛde ne nsɛm ahodoɔ ɛtudwa yɛ no ɛyɛ ne nsɛm etwa toɔ koraa na ɛno akyi no ɛna wɔyɛ ne sɛ wɔnom ɛba na wɔn ɛde dwumadie ne nyinaa aba na wieyɛ na ɛnum no ɛna owura apanyɔma akɛnse ɔno ɛna ɛyɛ dɔm dodoɔ no ba no dani pagya ne nsa kyerɛ sɛ Mr. Speaker kɔbasa na sɛ yakyea nneɛma kakra ɛsan sɛ ɛne no sɛdeɛ amamra no ɛkyerɛ no ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ anadwo dumienu ɛna omutumi ɛde emrahye bedwafie ɛtɔ so nwotwe nyina etumi ebe na wiye na enumu no enam so ema Mr Speaker kan say wonye di na wonhwe no esan say wonim de woye ema owiye na wode ne nsem etudwa wo announce no wode ebetudwa ekire say sesei de omu pagye omumu ede kosi say anadwo edumienu ebebo na afei omode emrahye bedwafie de etoso nwotwe nyina akọ na wiye na afei omotumi afa emrakwanso na ande etoso enkron no omatumi ensoso agye wonom atum na omo afri wondwumadi ase na abrad medi no ekoso sei no ye ne emrahye bedwefo ahodu wonom nsoso edi dwuma ewo emrahye bedwafie ha ya womo eka de etoso enwotwe no ho no ye ne wonom atwetwe nkomo na ye ne owura Sulemana Adam ya wono ena okotan abato empesua no so a woye emrahye bedwani ewo ho no ye ne no etwetwe enkomo a yenhwe ensema hodo ya wode etudwa ene enkomo twetwe a ye ne no etwetwe ye no ebi.
Right, nti ehwe kwan se eye member of parliament o munini di nkomo no wa wotie yen fi eye radio so wo betimi ene ne edi nkomo eno nti yeguso ya ehwe o miye ya musori ye no ye so na ebinom edidi nkomo anti ehwese en sabeka eye omo a woni omo edidi nkomo ewo 8th parliament o ma suspended so far suspension till 11:59 na just say parliament no ejuma abewie na eye 9th parliament omo de ahihye so there will be a lot of new entrants nti foforo no ebeba beka ho no how effective would eye parliament be eno no edru ho a ye be hunu ba ye ka say ye ade a preparations are ongoing for the inauguration of the president.
Dissolving the 8th parliament, you were part of the 8th parliament, and also eka members of parliament or more by the 9th parliament. No, you general assessment on the 8th parliament.
Yo, me da siminia. Em say 8th parliament ne a unique parliament. A parliament ebinsi Ghana had that 137 and one independent. Or decided so on the MPP by business. We have speaker not only party our Bamo. Emma, a minority, A20, Emma, majority, A20. So everything about 8th parliament is unique. And the 8th parliament, abon home if you say challenges are not a war, pinche, and I'm saying numbers in the penty, and maybe a Fisanachi in your home. So be a being so all numbers are obiting the attain. I major say I enrich Ghana democracy, and I did by we a better 8th parliament and I say. Any Jumadia at the Niantimian, me assure said 9th parliament, a betwaso.
Honorable Mayenche, Ubinum argue say, I said the minority side and Nanka more numbers and decisions be one come to me, Ejna family, Nanka money majority no EDSC any bass said you're not mount for chess or peso muhuno or more humosa.
Numbers, no, you can't cook figures. 137 cannot be bigger than 138. And it's a if push come to shove. Na NDC for nyina minority the numbers nyina ba MPP the numbers nyina ba plus independent candidate also on be business ebe dey na 137 ados no chan 138 me dey meje di say minority side ayo if ya boa pa parliament we aboa because where levy the initial threshold na 1.5 enam pinche ye ntiase ene dey by 1.0 tax waivers are abandoned by over $450 million. Minority and I'm a pass it. Ever seen the tax waiver and pass it. And a Supreme Court you choked. And your minority and can send you to Abeka home. There are a lot of things minority were able to stand their way to stop government. Now so your my 137 inches and say about Juma Koso. I was about Juma Koso now so SSI woman and yes a catty. Now as far as air concern, ye need to me be I said about SSS and ye catty and so.
And you open describe the minority part of the 8th parliament say mo ye mo dwuma to expectations said ye nanka mo pese mo ye no.
Very gallant heroes. If you say near Bank of Ghana eya emwa uko COVID-19 funds ye de ma ban uko airport frontier services any Sputnik V investors koto ye enyoma ye yi na edadi e ma ban we train ho free ho no edoso pa ntimeka set a gallant 37 e na age Ghana say ye 2020 abano President Nakufo the last time we e no nya 169 nka say Ghana ye China and Russia for there kawaton and so 137 na onya ye nso nya 137 eno na holding in check abesi samre we And Timeka said 137, no, there were things that we could have done better. But Major said, on hindsight, a gallant 137.
Yenhwe the ninth parliament eba na mohwe ni mu se mo beye be different boa the democracy Ghana as a nation.
Ninth parliament be different from eighth parliament. Ninth parliament be similar to seventh parliament. But nyame adom enye MPP na eba NDC na eba. Until lessons are yes you know seventh parliament no be guide NDC for eba in the ninth parliament. Ne make can say emra MPP nya 169 no nyom pe bia no mo ye yemfa ho ne obeka. But President Mama who say enye ne ye pe ene Ghana for pe. Enti say omo ye 88 mpo omo kan bibi na ye hu say toss mo a ye befa because oman na ye chichire. Nyame ya dom ninth parliament na ma ye numbers a ensesan ya President Mama person ode ba no. Parliament na ma ye numbers e bitimi dia ensesan ye no. Nti megidi say Ghana for hwa anim say nhihye papa President Mama wo no. Parliament beboa no na Ghana for nyina boa ama akoso amaye. Ninth parliament anya numbers ni say a say ni bi wo ha ehia complete overhaul of portions of a constitution no meje di say numbers ni tene ebeboa ama Ghana aye better achen say na 8th parliament aye kra
eno na dey my next question na e ba manfo age say asemonya to
Right, let's come back to the studio. 137 as gallant members of parliament. No, ya mene ne nyadwene. Ne me kama sempe. Also ne nyadwene me boa. Ah, na de manye de. Parliament we na a minority from mwedi pa. Because and speaker my who say you need 2/3 and that is what the law states to be able to make conduct business. As in policy bibi ambetimi aye some wo ho no de half some betna parliament chamber na moye adwuma na emom some be take decisions you need 2/3 and 2/3 is not 138 for Christ's sake and today ba bebre ho anka mbetimi ayo abro nisikaje to mo ntumi ayo me de makama adwene mo parliament ni so agu ni afi na mbefra ni aba ho
enwui
egu ba afi na 9 ba ma kire ma dwene wo 8 mu okay Wahab your opinion about the Kwame and also interview
well pretty much we find the statistics there then it beckons the owners of it. I mean we'll have statistics but if you are to individually say oh probo no prosecute you, there are a lot of things that would also go through. Like I said, some of them were, I would say it wasn't effective. My thinking had always been said, how far has all those, any credentials raised out there, how did it impact governance, i.e. economy, i.e. management and administering the country's mineral resources?
Yeah.
You see, if you listen holistically and you listen to all of them, Parliament of Ghana, their work is only about Parliament.
Yeah.
It's only about bill. Is that the case? No. Well, how does it impact a nation? Their work does not impact a nation because of how they approach. Either bipartisan or partisan approach in most cases. It has not impacted Ghana. Where do we say? Or what do we say? Share Parliament, consistent and stable Parliament in a fourth republic having 9 governments. Now it means steer the affairs of the country having one standing, permanent, existing a national development plan. We've never had that.
Yeah.
All these credentials, to me, is nothing. You know what?
Why?
MPP comes into government with a Bible of MPP, which is MPP manifesto. NDC comes to government, as they are going to do now, with a manifesto of NDC. Who wrote those manifestos? And how does that manifesto impact the nation? How did MPP's own impact the nation?
The NDC would say this time around with the manifesto, they decided to go around the country.
Yes,
to take the minds of people.
You go around the country. That's fair, expectedly. But let me tell you that policy advocates or those who push that any developed country, those policy makers, they are not
politicians.
They are not politicians. You solicit also other individual members of your country, either in or out, diaspora, etc.
Yeah.
Your knowledge partner is your universities. You have tech, you have Legon, all the faculties, anything that we're talking about, we are, say, a governance, a administration, a minerals, a BBR. The knowledge originates from your universities.
Yeah.
And to me, say Ghana Parliament say, how far has our Ghanaian universities been a knowledge partner of any government, i.e., policy development? We don't develop any policy. Any policy called manifesto, as you are talking, the Bible of all these parties, the first thing they talk about is how our Omo party best sustain power and win power and win power.
Yeah,
that is the first statement.
Yes, and that's election.
Second thing is how the party will take care of the grassroots members of the party, not the nation.
Yes.
And then the third thing is that policy, and I say, no, Mama State manifesto. No. Excuse me, with all due respect to the two parties. Sometimes, a particular big share. Somebody wrote on agric.
Yes.
Other one goes to write on minerals. Wait, try to write on galamsey. Then they do collation, they put it together and print and save it. That is what we are going to save the country. Which developed nation does that? What does the parliament? What do they have in hand? Because now to say, Major Agenda 111. Thank you very much. The party manifesto of NDC did not make mention of Agenda 111. Also, Agenda 555. What does it mean? It means, who Agenda 111 contracts now was signed. It went into the hands of pro-NDC MPP members.
Yes.
It was no but onko. No go to your suka, no munyeska in the mind of a party, because that is we are dealing with party manifesto. At one year, sanity, they also be criteria agenda 555. No, so I enhance why enforce no one is in the base in any to support. Is that the parliament that we're talking about?
Maybe.
No. Do you understand what I mean? And the Parliament of Republic of Ghana is not all these the bills that you sign. The bills that you sign, some of them. You saw, I'm saying that it is a work.
Action,
signing of a bill is your work.
LGBTQ.
It's your work. But is that what
did they have any
actually impact the pockets of Ghanaians? No. Mepacho. That being a Ghanaian presidential candidates or president of Republic of Ghana, either NDC or MPP president, or be jai se or ko na oye juma o si toilet. O see bridge, o see this, or your bohu emankofo. Now what train amankofo na who are will be users of it. What punish you because say or train either the tail end election period.
No commission.
No commission. Is there any parliament that has talked about that practices? How does a president sit down? How does any president sit down? Both parties or sit down. Now China one year project, a year road. I'm trunk road, so I want the access. Even the more I use it, near block road for the people you deprive them from using for 84 years until they take 2 weeks before election. You go and commission for people to use. In that case, any rational thinking purpose will say, why is the parliament in this regard? Has parliament passed any bill? Say any president or any party to stop that? When you build any road meant for Ghanaians, allow Ghanaians to use, not until elections.
Now, about one corner, I will say commission, toilet near commission, classroom block, classroom block.
How would Parliament deal with the issue of a president of Republic of Ghana, either MPP or NDC? In this case, we're having His Excellency John Mama.
Yes.
A big a parliament, yanya majority, and majority so meeting they are changing them. Are they prepared to change the ex gratia? Are they prepared to tell the Ghanaians? It's very good. It will be a good news. What about the diplomatic immunity that covers the presidents? Are they prepared to do that? And on their own yet? When you set that one aside, when would the Parliament of Ghana tell the Ghanaian president, you can leave the presidency? Now for entourage. Entourage of your own ministers, 120, about 80% of them. Now do you call about 200 kilometers away, only to go and commission market. Abra what DCE, what MCE, what regional minister, When we did them, the excesses of that money that they use, the president traveling, the fuel, any the people behind, and then what the better, and unaccountable interest. Has Parliament spoken about it? So all these things are very fine projections, they are very fine history, they are very fine statistics. Notwithstanding, no, Ghana Parliament, in my view, the 137 that they're talking about. When I 2016, I said to myself, 2020, I said to myself, Ghana, this is the best opportunity for Ghana with that numbers. Only for us to realize it's just one. One person would have been a Brunia, would have been even the most important person in the history. What did we see? The same night. Right now, one banter be akosu NPP and what's the name? A+. There must it always be said independent candidates cannot stand in the middle, and both of them are rushing on all the independent candidates.
So no, you decision then he will move to where
you understand to be, because the Europe, and I'm quoting Germany as a typical example, case scenario. Almost FDP and almost greener alternative party, the Green Party, and the FDP. FDP party. FDP for say on Pesa Germany, editu ebeko country bia omu anti-weapons. Ma German yehun to kwada. Yempese obedi American chakoko.
Hitler.
Eti yempese yempe peace. Green Alternative Party they said Germany bia amenyusu car kra, yusu bicycle. Greenpeace. Umwelt Verschmutzung. Say environmental pollution. Pese behu smoke. Gas emissions. And to the stand it, party budget and no parliament. And when they are going in for ministerial posts from generations long, always environmental ministry, they make sure say there's no boiler be a Google They make sure say everywhere is clean.
Because that's what they stand for.
Yes, exactly. They make sure say German here bush or here forest, and ya baby and I be developing the corona cohort. It's protecting corona one. Yama flowers in no, Yama gardens in all. You go to Galamsey, a Green Party. Into a cop parliament with as an independent, they go there with the soul and purpose of what they stand for. Is that what we do here? The answer is capital N-O, no. Yeah, the end of the day, we go and the parliament itself recognizes the importance and then advise we should have majority and minority caucuses. And now, almost 30 sorry at 10. Say la nana tifi, nana a president, 10 o'clock, not time not to call. 10 o'clock, sorry, babu on paye. Now I introduction, wabubo din roll call. And for the by president said, "Me, we free okay. Obi I want to be abeka yabobo woman na yeso in up to 11 time. Na ya inducted the 9th. That time 11:59. Nana bon empire Ghana Baba you Moja.
Oh, yeah, Baba crowd parliament.
What I say? Not the presidency. I could be the speaker of parliament. No, I behold the president of the Republic of Ghana from Anajo 12 and call his excellency Mama. No. And Abambagwin becomes the president of the Republic of Ghana.
And look, Chief Justice
Chief Justice
say your best swear before I best swear a speaker.
Yes, enti onu mem enti obedi kakra
tituebi
abambedi kakra what I am going to ole nu dey no di 3 weeks odo nyakwa di Ghana president 3 weeks what I say
we dey hours kakra
we obedi hours kakra what I say am on so record this was once a Ghanaian president.
Yes,
enti se parliament net tinase we have a small country. We have a lot of minerals. We have the Nyama BBB. And then a parliament we are the legislators. We make the laws for the executive. We made the laws more or less for the judiciary also to interpret, analyze, and then also to do whatever that it is. In that entrance, okay, both sides. Yabre. Party there. You building the national consensus. You building the national development plan. Because I said, NDC people were making noise say, His Excellency your mama school should be.
Yeah.
E
block.
We are be. Germany issue. Hospitals be 85% woman. Now hospital or 85% when we are now there's will be
various stage of continuity.
Do you understand me? And in now parliament in so seriously partisan approach on the two. And in my view, and I think the view of many Ghanaians,
right.
I feel say it is not right. In the Parliament of Ghana, much as they do a lot of things, however, a favor woman as parliamentarians. Parliamentarian biaji police in Northern. Is this a country that is so risky, security risky, that you have to shot Ghana police by 276 police officers?
I am people on the field.
Me pacho.
Now
what about individuals say you come on fear?
So I'm going to buy
now me pacho robbery so a happy for Fiana. MP Sunkune, what about the MP or Yarida where? Oh, yeah. You see, there are certain things, they are natural phenomenon. A word there, young Muslims from a religious perspective. But this is not a country that is brutal. You must be a attack a parliamentarian. Papa, Mama, oh, Ghana parliamentarian. Election be do, Omewofu for Baba. Oh, Baba, birthday party, Omuko. You know, the quay ye. Oko. Restaurants, chop bars, you crumor. As you are junior cried and walk on any panel, see dross in the house. What you say? Say, was fancy dross. Sir, Naka. Eh. Oh, Debbie. Oh, sir. Now, come a video or make whether my good friend, Vanderpool. I'm an ear what I say. But yeah, it is no major. All these things, it makes spicy your politics, but it is not all what we want as Ghanaians. We expect our parliamentarians go to the parliament, represent your constituency, let them know at the purpose near the cohort. Mayente or Casa. But I want you to touch on the inauguration. No? Yes, why President-elect decided to say visit other countries now. Okay. Or my inauguration. Before then, I mean, IGP. As we commercial last week when they were lieutenants be said Otu for patch of money for IGP in Gusuma. I almost in country so munyam. Unconfirmed report. Okay.
But
let me touch on the subject of why the president-elect Okoye. One, His Excellency the former president became the president-elect now. He had been a president, a vice president, and a president before. And Waba. There's what is called consultations. Or one opposition between you and I, that on the background, on the other side, or consult friends are or presidents. Yeah. It be our government but let us not forget, say the dynamics, MPP and then the presidential candidate. Party Nankasa Ewo Ebia and now for other governments be. And to should be to say independent forum. Yeah. MPP no joining independent forum. And to any Republican many other parties here now for four. And His Excellency former president-elect. Also on one case on the personal friends. Inti ya to Abama no. He goes out there to extend invitation to say, oh my friend, my pacho, you be swim in for him diabetes. Statutory, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, right? Any Ghana government in Lankasa, our countries be number one. Nigeria had always been the special guest of honor in most cases. Senior Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, we pick a nation that is very close to us. His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo of Alassane Ouattara, Togo, your mayor special guest of honor, but Oye independent. President Kofo Fichano, but no one special guest of honor. But Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, Oyisu Alassane Ouattara. What I say, and I think Prof Mills, AUSU, the then Nigeria, I think either Buhari or Hassan to be corrected, or be a special guest of honor. It is a do say a to Abamana President Tayen and Namfufu. But the surprising thing, the catch here is that all my friends, the military boys, all of them one we call it pro-Russian. Omunyineba. Traore of Burkina Faso. Oba.
What's it?
Traore. Burkina president. Oba.
Yeah,
that is it. Traore Eba.
Russia now.
Asylum for pro-Russians.
Oh.
As anti-French Russians. Okay, Dumbuya confirmed. Sir Oba. Asimi Goita, Mali, Oba. Chiani of Niger, Oba. And then we have Niger, Chiani. And then the Republic of Gabon, Ogel, Onzo Soba. They're all military boys. Gabon is a military. Traore is military. Dumbuya is military. Asimi Goita is military. And
that's what military man.
And I make sure say these are, we call it new friends of His Excellency the President-elect.
That's nice.
And all of them, they wouldn't have. There are certain things diplomacy you can't put on air. But then you realize, Traore becoming a president, he was not too sure and comfortable with Nanado. The reason was that Nana is pro-French, only anti-French, and to advise who said, "Menye papa we need." I'm sorry, government in it.
Right.
Maybe I'll cross so yes and go back and come to my because Ghana and Sankara feature and the Rollins and Blaise Compaoré French for Kukunu. What I said, and to when I find the traits of Sankara on per se na on ne president on yini our Ghana a bit but when it there what I do not know what tomorrow we live to see say ombeshe military uniform. And the normal circumstances, they will try to wear military uniform. Why? Because they are still within their revolution. If they don't wear uniform, if they wear uniform,
and were these countries part of those military a year? Nanado Kase under AU. ECOWAS.
And the woman cry ECOWAS now sa kopacho bet emfa. Woman kasa na EU mu. It was cried the 3. A declaration of your friends, a pediatric declaration, and Odi friends Asimi Goita. Pediatric declaration 2, and Odi Traore, and Odi Mali, and Odi Dumbuya. And Dumbuya there no more say your friend Chiani Diano, and Omkaso, Yakwa Take, which here in this studio, and I'm say it will never happen. ECOWAS haven't got even one weapon. I wear ECOWAS in India. We need power be a bit and indeed. Ombetra crab, a dark and pisky. Say ECOWAS generals, of course. We need Ghana Nana be used as a starter. Ghana no kwano ni military vehicles, yes sir. No de bakwa Niger. It didn't happen. But all these boys have come together. And the good thing is that
does it mean that we would also be in the good books of Trump?
Well,
because Trump is in the good books of Russia. And probably China.
It is an interesting dynamics. Trump is not in the good books of China, but in the good books somehow friendship.
Russia and North Korea.
Friendship a little bit or flexibility. American system does not allow U.S. president to be friends with Korea, but the president himself has a friendship with Russia. Korea not. But then when it comes to Nipa Tenna Airbano, Omina Airbano, ebi ba on behalf of the state, and here the outgoing presidency and the best standing courtesies. Say Ghana as we do, ye ba mo de enti musumba ba na. Name on president we ankasa ne friends e ba ne de. I'm aware say the new guys, the revolutionary leaders,
five
they are coming. Omunyina ba as a friend in support of the president elect. The woman is concerned, but me say you best be from if not anything at all. Traore a great policy. Say His Excellency the President-elect. Share the Burkina a great policy now adopting now. It will go a far way to help Ghana. It a beer or no, but one say. Time you swear in around 12 o'clock, 12:30. Vice President swear in. As the president in a court conference hall, state conference near the Nakosha Danke to be more. Then all these presidents, the 10 and other vice presidents, Atiku and Co, 2 vice presidents are coming, 1 speaker of parliament, 10 presidents. There might be more. Omina Eba, some are coming, Gabon is arriving tonight. Obaba Juwe, Ebiba Beda, Adiachia. And Tom Kwachani, we are that 15 minutes space. I want the president in Bacas and to me 10 presidents, your mom time 15 minutes each. No, I'm not in command, no, my washing well. No, we are invite to him, say, more dinner ball be a basso. Obe Kobi, Bebu Abakacho, so me time. Obe desert renovation, unfair uniform, neckroom. Because, yes, into the Omi say, obey agreement with the Ghana military and the Ghana government. The president-elect and then outgoing president assure and say, Ghana military because and you wear uniform.
Yeah, more beyond.
Obey uniform because the opposition a fire panel. Once the French for pened in some money. Omina bit my bakruma be invading. And there's a Ghana military and also Pekino. No say releasing to the airport. Into no after the program, woman share military uniform straight away to the airport. Uncle baby
right.
And from airport, no, you can find arrival near the Nukon hotel, the hosting hotel, no be hosting. I'm sorry to use no accordion so kakra. What I say? Oh, we are not changing. Nata dear the ongro. Maybe or be 5-10 minutes. On a wisa the ambassador on the ground. What is the way forward? No man protocol arrangements. Okay, as you do ho. Yeah, corner, it be a seat 10, it be a front row, and all the deep mobile
would be done.
On left. Days, the middle gap and on left. Now the former president of Ghana, starting from Nanado, no so twaso. What they say? Prof Mesine, Jerimo Enim, Inti Yehuna Nadwa, that is the president Kufo Ababe Twaso, and Janado, Obesho Dan left, now President Kufo so, and you know, Nancy Sunibia, the other protocols, Nibi, speakers in a high dignity.
Right, there's a lot of conversation that we have to have. It's interesting, and that's one of the things people will enjoy about you. International relations is very deep with that, and benefit of those who are coming, as I say, being scared from one. If not, what say Burkina de Anya you cry Greg de Omoyade, and until Benya home fast was a little bit the frame one. Watch now, Yebesia Nondu, Captain Beba Nunsia, Wapon Nondu, near Shia Nondu, no Mino, Nayasia Source, now Captain Asamba, 2 o'clock to 6. In Tia one, and I have breakfast dance so NMD, Minunia Bema. Technical team no be your boy, cameraman, sound light producers, Harry Elud Yankee, and Afe, Nana Kwame Bobo Bing, and no be your boy, Lois near the night, I'm going to ask you, China Bishana Panondi.